Welcome to All This Math. This is Professor Parker, and today we're going to do a problem involving calculating percentages. So here we have a short word problem. It's kind of brief, right? Let's read it, get an understanding of it, and then jump into it. So it says a backpack is on sale for 30% off. All right, 30% off. The sale price is $15.75. What was the original price? All right. So we have to be careful not to think that all we need to do in this problem is just find 30% of 1575 and then subtract that from 1575, and then that would be the answer, because that would not be the answer. Because if we read carefully, we realize that 1575 is the sale price, and the backpack was originally priced at a higher price, and 30% was taken off of that, right? So usually we get the problems where we're given the original price, and then we're given the discount rate or the percentage that it's discounted by, and then you have to figure out, you as the student, you have to figure out what the sale price is. Now what's happened is you're given the sale price, and you're told what the discount rate was, and now you got to kind of work backwards and figure out what the original price was. So let me show you what the formula is that you can use for this, right? Now, this might not be the only way to do this problem, but this is definitely one way to do this problem. All right, so what you want to do is you want to pick a variable. You want to pick a variable that represents the original price, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the original price. All right, what was the original price? Now, you can pick any letter you want. I'm going to just pick B, right? Because B stands for backpack, right? So I got the original price, right? Now, if I wanted to figure out how much the sale price would be, I'm going to use the same formula. I'm going to just have different unknowns than what I normally would have. So if I start out with the original price, I would subtract from that 30% of the original price minus 0.30 of the original price. Of means multiply. And why is it 0.30? Because I convert 30% into a decimal by moving the decimal point 2 spaces to the left. 1, 2. Remember that. To convert a percentage to a decimal, you move the decimal point 2 spaces to the left. Now you might be saying, but there's no decimal point up here. You're right. There's no decimal point that's written, but it's understood that there's an invisible decimal point after this 0. So if you go 2 spaces to the left, you go 1, 2. 1, 2. And that's how you get your decimal. All right. That's how you convert any percentage to a decimal. Move the decimal point 2 spaces to the left. All right. So now I got the original price, and I'm subtracting from that the discounted amount, because 30% really represents a fraction. But what we want to know is, like, how much actual money is that? How much money is that 30%? The way you figure that out is by multiplying 0.3 times the original price, which we don't know yet. We will, but right now we don't know it. Now, after we take the original price, subtract the 30% off, that's going to equal the sale price, which we already know is $15.75. So that's my equation, right? But I want to know what the original price is. So now I got to do some algebra, and I got to figure out what B is. All right. So on the left side of this equation, I have two like terms, B and B, right? I can combine those. So I got really 1B, because there's an invisible 1 in front of here. Boom. That's 1B, take away 0.30B. That's like saying $1 minus 30 cents. If I subtract 30 cents from $1, I'm left with 70 cents. So this is equivalent to 0.70B equals 15.75, right? And all I did right here was something that we often do in algebra solving equations, which is combine like terms. It's a like term because that's B to the first power, and that's B to the first power, right? So I got 0.70B is equal to 15.75, right? Now, how do I get B by itself? I got to get rid of this 0.70. How do I get rid of it? I got to do the opposite operation from what it is involved in now. Let me say that again and say it slower. I got to do the opposite operation from what this 0.70 is involved in right now. That's what I got to do, right? So this is involved in multiplication, right? So that means I need to divide, because division is the opposite of multiplication. So I'm going to divide this by 0.70, and then I'm going to slide over here, divide this by 0.70. That becomes 1, because anytime you divide something by the same exact number, that's equal to 1. So that's 1B, which is B. Then over here, I got 1575 divided by 0.70. And let me check my paperwork. Yeah, because I did this already. All right. So I don't need to break out the calculator. 1575 divided by 70 cents is going to be $22.50. So that's what we're saying the original price was, right? The original price was $22.50. And that makes sense because $22.50, $22.50. If I figured out what 30% of that was, I would subtract that from $22.50 and it would equal $15.75. There you go. All right, so that's just a little something about a particular type of percentage problem that we don't see very often, but we need to be prepared for. Because again, like I said, usually we're just going to be given a cost and given a discount amount, and we have to figure out the sale price. But sometimes it doesn't happen that often, but you need to be prepared for this. Sometimes you'll be given the sale price and given how much it was discounted, and you'll have to work backwards and figure out what the original price is. So, you can watch this video as many times as you need to. Memorize how to do this. Original price minus the discount amount equals the sale price. And just solve for your variable. That's all you got to do. All right. So now, remember. Well, actually, let me first say this. Please like the video. Subscribe to the page. Share the video. Tell people about it. Tell people about all the videos on this page, right? There's a whole lot of math going on this page, all right? And do remember that there's all this math all around you. Peace.